Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka I don't know, I got no more AKs. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we're usually delving into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning, no topics barred, anything flies kind of thing. We'll cover just about every subject. But I think that's, for now, somewhat of the charm, I suppose. I don't know. Charm, is that the right word? I don't think charm's the right word, but again, if you are a first-time viewer, feel free, and if you're attending live, you can ask your questions in the chat. I, myself, or the monkeys will answer your question. And of course, I usually try and answer all the questions that are in the chat. And for everybody that is in the chat, I usually try and answer all their comments and such. Of course, you can always ask by email, kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Of course, you can always join us on Facebook. Discord's been a lot of fun. Discord it's all in the description below. Discord has been a lot of fun. It's been a great way to talk to everybody and stay in touch. And so for all the monkeys who are, who haven't tuned in for a while, well, yeah, I'm on Discord now. Wave the Brush channel. We're all in there. We're all talking away. And, this week we got kind of heavy on topics, but that's okay because, I think sharing information is important. And, a lot of times a lot of people might have a fixed view of the world when really, things are much broader than what is often what we're told, so very important at times. But otherwise, yeah, Discord's been a lot of fun. It's been great talking to everybody there. And of course, emails, Wave the Brush, Facebook page. I think that's usually, is that the way everybody talks? I don't know. Of course, I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, so feel free to give me a follow and a like there, and all that usual all the usual social media crap. I don't know, how does one keep up with all this crap? I don't know. I'm barely keeping up, man. I'm old school, so I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore. I used to be with it, then they changed what it was. Now what's it is scary and unusual. Speaking of monkeys, who's joining us today? We got Ishyab01011. Yay, show that I can watch live. Shoo, it's about time. Good day, Kris, as well as the monkey artisans out there in the monkey land. P.S. Happy Veterans Day to all the armed forces. If you are watching this, then you've got to be an ally. God bless and keep every one of you, and a huge thanks for your service. Yes, of course. Today is Remembrance Day, or was it Armistice Day? Is that the other one? Is that what it used to be known as? Anyway, I think in Canada we still call it that. But anyway, yeah, I've had family members who've served. I currently have family members who are this generation of wars. So, of course, you always thank and honor our armed veterans and armed services. Armed veterans, yeah, veterans are probably still armed. Of course, we always give thanks to them. I mean, right? Otherwise, we'd all be, Nazi. Well, I wouldn't probably, if the Nazis had won, I probably wouldn't be here. So, thank God that we won. I know I'm thankful because I'm here. If the Nazis had won, I wouldn't be here. Plain and simple. I think that's about the easiest way you can explain it to just about anybody, is that if the Nazis were here, and if you aren't blue-eyed and blonde-haired, you most likely aren't going to be here today, So, yeah. So yeah, you can always thank a veteran for that. Knitfink, hello everyone. Hello Knitfink. Raziel Wargamer. Hey Kris, hey monkeys. Feverishly painting up NIDs while I wait for the Codex to arrive. Codex is pretty good. You're gonna like it. People are gonna hate you. Playing Eldar, playing Tyranids. People complaining about Eldar? Oh man, wait till you guys see Tyranids. Good grief. Spite you, oh snap, howdy monkeys, howdy Kris. Jim White, happy Remembrance Day to those who don't celebrate Veterans Day. Who doesn't celebrate Veterans Day? Who in the Western world doesn't celebrate Remembrance Day? I mean, sure, there's other parts of the world that don't celebrate Independence Day, or Veterans Day. But, I mean, was I calling it Independence Day? Jeez Louise. Anyway, Veterans Day, and, I mean, there's parts of the world I'm sure they don't, because, they weren't really involved, or, you know what I mean, but as far as the Western world's concerned, I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't, so, and if they don't, I don't know. Ebb and flow, blah, sup everybody. Ishab, Jim, where you from? I'm in the good old US of A. Ebb and Flow wants to know if Raziel picked his high fleet yet. Tolo, word to yo mama. Word to yo mama. Not to my mama. Yo mama. Raziel Wargamer, blah, not too much. They have base scheme, the Leviathan, bit of purple, chose out detailed colors. I want them all. I want to use them all. All the colors? You want to use all the colors? You want your rainbowy Tyranids? I mean, you can do rainbowy Tyranids. Why not, right? Get yourself some holographic paint and do the carapaces, in the holographic paint. That way you have silver, you have rainbowing colors, you have all the colors of the rainbow. Why not? Why not have your cake and eat it too? I say. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Super ready for this episode. Super ready? I'm not super ready. Man, I was like the last minute trying to get stuff together here. Copy. Raziel Wargamer. Got half a liter of Coke Zero, half a bag of popcorn, and a ton of minis to build. Holy man, you got some work out of you. Oh, let's go Starman Deluxe. I said Raziel? Man, I'm off. Ram V, hey you monkeys, hey Kris. Fierce School, morning all, hail Monkey Lord. Doug Gruntork, hey y'all. Dark Commission, hi Kris and monkeys. DeGrunt Orc. I was so worried we wouldn't get a show today, as now I got time to listen again. Why were you afraid that there wasn't going to be a show today? I would have put out a message at some point. I mean, okay, whenever I put out messages, I usually try and put them out on Facebook and Twitter. Those are the two spots that I usually try and put them out. Usually Twitter first, just because it's easier. I can just do it right from the phone and just off it goes, right? It's kind of like when I'm telling Matt I'm not showing up to work today. It's kind of, I'm not showing up to work. And, it's like that, except doing Way of the Brush. It's kind of, I'm not showing up today. No, I usually have a good reason for not doing the show, It's not like, I'm goofing off. Mostly. Most of the time, anyway. Where am I? Clayton Tate, lest we forget monkeys. Yes, lest we forget. Lest we forget. That's not a word that we use much in the English language these days. Lest. Tolo, we can discuss anything except Fight Club and Chris's burning sensation when he pees. Yeah, we can talk about it. I mean, Well, you can't talk about Fight Club. No, that's the first rule. That's the first and second rule. And the fifth rule. And probably the 34th rule. Yeah. So, yeah, you don't talk about Fight Club. But as far as the burning sensation, no, we don't talk about that either. Matt Liguri, hey, Fear School. What happened to Mini Wargaming Halloween Special? Very sad. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. What were we supposed to do one? I don't know. See, I'm usually left out of the loop on a lot of things that go on around here. So, yeah, I have no idea what happened. I mean, if we said we were going to do one and we didn't do one, then shame on us. But if we never said we were going to do one, then we weren't going to probably do one. Jim White, Kris, are you still free from the effects of smoking and a smoke-free, by which I mean, have you not smoked this week and are not on fire? I'm not on fire. I'm not entirely smoke-free. Okay, I have a small confession. Now, I haven't completely fallen off the wagon. I'm more like dangling off. I'm on the wagon still, but I'm kind of like, one arm dragging along the ground. It's kind of like, in Gladiator. Remember when he's like on the wagon, but he's kind of unconscious and he's just laying there and he's hurt and, his hand's like dragging out and he touches the ground kind of thing. That's where I'm at. I'm at that point where I'm just kind of, am I on the wagon? No, I know I'm on the wagon, but I can still, I'm still touching out there. And usually what ends up happening is it's whenever I'm imbibing the spirits, as it were, and that's usually it. Because I can have my coffee, coffee, and just I'm good to go. It's good to go. Bang, bang, coffee. Don't even think of cigarettes. But when the beer hits the lips, and it's oh so good, yeah, you can't help but follow it up with a cigarette. I mean, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. I'm sorry. It's hard. I'm only human, people. I'm only human. Prove me wrong, children. Prove me wrong. But, yeah, I mean, it's all I can do. It's all I can do. I loves me some spirits, and, unfortunately, tobacco and alcohol go together so darn well. And if you never experience it in your life, good for you, because it's a bad habit to get into. It's hard to quit, too. Oh, man, hard. Oh, man. Where am I in these comments here? So yeah, Jim, to answer your questions, I mean, my lungs are starting. I mean, like in the battle against cigarettes, I'm winning. I'm Tiger Blood. I'm winning. But I occasionally sneak one here and there because alcohol. Let's blame alcohol. Alcohol, the cause and solution to all our problems. Chapter Master Marnius Calgar. Hello, in caps. Hello. Let me pick up the mic here and just scream it into the mic. Hello, Lord Krabby. I'm back. Been a while. Finished my studies and passed my test. Time to paint. Awesome. Congratulations, Lord Krabby. Good to hear you passed your studies. Because I would hate to think that I was the source of your not getting work done. Especially on a Saturday when, you should be out there enjoying it or studying. No, you should be studying. That's it. Lightning kill! Kris! You're the love of my life. Well, thank you, Tark. Thank you. Spite you. Welcome back at Lord Krabby. Chapter Master Marnius Calgar. Kind of... You're just going to sit there. Lord Krabby. Thank you, Spike. Good to be back. Chapter Master Marnie's Calgary. Are you on Twitch? I am on Twitch. I haven't streamed in a bit. And the monkeys who follow on Discord, because what ends up happening most of the times is usually like at the end of the workday, like on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing. I usually end up staying late at work. And so I end up, filming games and doing like PUBG and StarCraft and Eternal Crusade and playing games, and I usually grab monkeys from the chat on Discord and we go off into an adventure together, and I usually end up recording it. I've just been busy lately, and just the way scheduling's worked, that I haven't been able to film any games. I haven't played any games in like a week. Well, except me and Alex, we've been playing Battlefront 2. What was it, early access, Alex? Yeah, it's early access. So we had early access to Battlefront 2, the full game, mostly unlocked. We started playing the campaign. We started really getting into it, and then they go, thank you for playing the trial version. It's like, son of a beehive. But I got to ride around on a Tauntaun Yeah, got the. I was hoping that the tauntauns were like, like the skill points where you basically, like, because the way it works now is that the more you fight, you get skill points, and then you can pick, specialty gear. You don't have to go run. It's not like the other Battlefront where you got to run around and pick the power ups. But on Hoth, you have to go find the tauntauns to go ride around on a tauntaun. I was a little disappointed that's how it's working for the tauntauns. I was so looking forward to that. Like, just being able to fight and then grab a tauntaun and just cruise around on a tauntaun. I mean, like, I still can, and even the Imperial side during the battle, if you get too close to the Imperials on your tauntaun, they can actually shoot you off your tauntaun, get on. How many times have I said tauntaun in this sentence? But anyway, you can get on the tauntaun and just, cruise around. And yeah, so it's like, rub. And you're running around and you're blasting dudes and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. It makes my day. It makes that little girl inside of me that loves Star Wars just giggle with glee. Wait, did I say girl? Congo, the Jormungand. Kris, do you have force powers? And is one of your brushes a lightsaber? No, not one of my brushes is a lightsaber. I have a lightsaber. See? There we go. It's a little too close to the lights, but I ended up knocking all my miniatures off the table, sticking this around. What if that been a sight? Just and wow, Yeah. So, and of course, my lightsaber. These lights are a little bit bright. I mean, I wish I could easily turn them off. Can I easily turn them off? Hold on. That would have been a sight, wouldn't it? There we go. Yeah, so. There. It's a lightsaber. It's nice and loud. It's all trippy and arty now. It's like a rave. So, anyway. For everybody, it's like, what the hell's going on here? Is he sitting there playing with a lightsaber? Yes, he is. Stop moving around. Anyway, but yeah, so my lightsaber, yeah, it would be a paintbrush. It'd be a red paintbrush. And also, red is one of my favorite colors. So, there you go. Graham Techler, hey y'all, hello. Andy Clark, my GPA was in Patton's 2nd Armored Division. Lightning Kill, Kris, why are you blue? Or is that purple? What? It's just the lighting. It's just the way the lighting's working and all that. Man. Usually whenever I have my hair down, it's because I showered that day, and then usually it's like forever for it to dry, and then I get sweaty, getting excited, and anyway. Ishab, man in the high tower, just call back. Got to pick up where I left off watching that TV show. Okay. Clay Tate, boo Nazis, yay, Kris. Ramvi, Norwegians don't. No? Are Norwegians considered part of the Western world? Are they? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they are. Because they're part of NATO, right? So, everybody who's pretty much NATO is considered Western kind of thing. Just, one of those things, I suppose. Chapter Master Marnie's Kelgar, mate! I live in Switzerland. Cool! I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is? Okay. Yeah, Switzerland. My wife's family's from Switzerland. Kubla Khan, howdy, Kris. There's a name I haven't read in a bit. Whoop, jeez Louise. Name just went flying away on me. Here we go. First time being able to catch you live. University. What do you think about the possibility of Slaves of Darkness rework based on the release of Dark Oath War Queen? I don't know what Dark Oath War Queen is. Is that something Games Workshop's putting out? Slaves of Darkness, a rework. I wouldn't mind a reprinting. Just because, I still have my Slaves of Darkness. It's my Lost in the Dam I don't have. It got stolen on me. And I'm still, butthurt over that. So, but I still have my Slave of Darkness. I still have that. But, yeah. My Lost in the Damned got stolen. Now, Lost in the Dam, of the two books, Lost in the Dam was better. It was thicker. and it had just better fluff in it. It also had the original story of Horus and the Emperor, the final battle between them. It had the original story. Who would have thought that actually was the leaping point for the whole Horus Heresy series? Was just this like 2 or 3 page short story in there. But anyway, yeah. Zandrate, Tyranids love cake. They do love cake. Lightning Kill. We don't use less for the same reason we don't use skedaddle. I use skedaddle all the time. What are you talking about, Dark? Whenever I'm getting out of the office, I'm skedaddling. Whenever I'm leaving the office to go to Cheers, skedaddle. The Grunt Orc. I thought it was you usually put the show counter on the YouTube if you're doing the show. I'll have to check Facebook too then. Yeah. Well, because like a lot of time, like before, for a long time, I was scheduling the show like many, many days ahead. But then just the way things get lost in the feed, it would get lost in the feed, right? Your YouTube feed. And so, you know, I started just doing it the day of. And I usually, basically it's whenever I get into the office and I send the email notification out, that's when I'm scheduling the show, and then, you know what I mean, and it goes out, and I notify everybody that we're doing a show. So it's usually about an hour ahead of time that we're like 100% if I'm doing a show or not. That's an hour before. I know that does not seem like a lot of notification, but in this day and age, I think that's pretty on par for how, you know, attention span we all are. Remvi, let's talk Fight Club then. No, that's what did we just say? We said you don't talk about Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club, you don't talk about Fight Club. Well, now you're talking about it, see? So you're out. I'm sorry, Remvi, you're out. You're out. No, I'm just kidding, Remvi, you're still in. But you're out. Jim White, I'm assembling a hellhound for those who wish to know. I did wish to know. I want to know. I was sitting here the whole time. I was like reading these comments, and I was like, damn, I wish I knew what Jim White was assembling right now. But now I know. It's a hellhound. Thank God, that's a huge weight off my shoulders. Matt Ligori, the mini wargaming trick or treat was the cutest wargaming video ever. Ever? Ever? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm so out of touch with what's cute, what's not. Sure. Okay, it's cute. Ramvi, at Kris, stepping down is still an achievement, mate. Yep, it is. It is. Sort of. Sometimes. Maybe. A little bit. Who knows? Congo, if we had a disc cone thing we could put around Chris's neck, he wouldn't be able to get the cigarette to his mouth. Probably, and I'd probably stop itching my crotch, or like biting at my crotch. Kind of messed that joke up. Ishiabo 101. Well, everyone has some sort of addiction. Mine, fried chicken, sweets, and all sorts of damn junk food. So what's worse? No idea. I would say the junk food. The junk food's worse because I don't know. Has it got a bias? The sweets. Well, the sweets will give you diabetes. That's something you got to deal with every day. And I mean, you got to take medication. I mean, when you're smoking cigarettes, I mean, until you know you have to get the tracheotomy and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have, you know, there's no worries, right? And it's not like everybody who smokes has tracheotomies. I mean, you know, but I mean, usually everybody dies from lung cancer well before that. So, you know, there is that. Fried chicken. Well, I mean, all the grease from the skin and everything like that, and then the deep frying. Well, I think, you know, either you get the big fat ass or, you know, you get the clogged arteries. I mean, you know, so there's many effects there. And, yeah, junk food in general, you know. Yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. You know what I would say is just as bad is these little things. Cell phones. These are terrible. Terrible. People checking their messages and stuff like that. Bang! Direct death. Right? It's just like drunk driving. Death. Those are dangerous. Cell phones, dangerous. The narcissism that is carried out through society these days because of cell phones, because of social media, death. It's death. It's all death. 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 Clayton Tate, Kris is allergic to whiskey. When he drinks, he breaks out in cigarettes. And a beer and a dart go together like piss and a fart. Clayton, you sum up my thoughts so well. Dark commission that Kris try an e-cig. No, because I'm not going to put that stuff in my mouth. It's the same stuff they use in smoke machines at concerts, where you get 10 years worth in one go. Jeez Louise. I smoked for 30 years and not had one for 5 years because of e-cigs. Yeah, you know what though, Dark? I'm really, really, really leery of crutches. Because for me, smoking, and I'm sure this is the same for a lot of smokers out there as well. Smoking is a habit, right? Yes, nicotine is addictive, but you only have to go about a week and the nicotine's out of your system, or at least a majority of the nicotine. I'm sure there's still residual presence of it in your system, but it's usually about a week, and you're over that initial addiction. It's just like heroin, it's like cocaine, it's like all these drugs, right? There's a dry out period, and then you're over its physical effects, but then it's the mental effects that you still have to fight. It's the habit. It's the habit that has to change, and people who are cannot mentally change their habits. That's unfortunate. But see, for me, because of my great thinking power, because one of the greatest memories of all time here, I can change my habits. I know things need to be changed. And I know what my problems are. And, it's just, sometimes, you're just sitting around, you're laughing, you're having a good time. And it's like, gosh, son of a gun, just hand me the damn thing. And just, I'll have a smoke. Well, it starts off, I'll have a drag. Okay, I'll have a smoke. All right, give me another one, Then you're about everything's all wavy lines and stuff, and you're like, all right, give me another. But e-cigs, like Nicorette and the patch and stuff like that, they keep you on nicotine. They keep you smoking, right? If I was a conspiracy nut, I would assume that the cigarette company has stock in all that stuff because it keeps you addicted to nicotine. Because why? Because where do you get nicotine? You get it from the tobacco. I mean, nicotine occurs a lot in other things, but nicotine in tobacco is a great source. And I think it's them who, if I was a conspiracy nut, I would say they had stock in all that secretly. But e-cigs, yeah, I can't, because you don't know what the hell you're putting in your mouth, and then you're breathing that crazy crap. I mean, if you're saying if it's like the smoke machine, I mean, that's usually what, glycerol or something like that, and then they put it in the smoke machine and it heats up and it comes out of it. I'm not putting that in my lungs. I mean, I'll smoke a regular old cigarette. Plus, too, I like cigars as well. Oh, man, cigars. Oh, whiskey and cigars. Oh, brandy and cigars. Oh, a nice cognac. Oh. You know what? I'm done with the show. I'm going to go have a smoke. No, but yeah, if you have, for all the rest of you monkeys out there who have never smoked in your lives, don't give in to peer pressure. There's nothing cool about it. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, just don't. You're gonna start something that's gonna cost you a shit ton of money, and possibly severe health concerns later in life. Don't do it. You're better off not. It's not going to make you look cool. But damn, it's sweet. Totally mixed message, right? Oh, man. Yeah, but anyway, sorry, Dark, but I don't trust the e-cig things. The whole vaping thing, no, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You just quit. Just quit. Change your habits. Change the nature of the beast. And, move forward with your life. Evolve, man. Evolve. Jim White. I will keep hoping for continued success on becoming free from the effects of smoking. It took my father many years to become smoke-free, but it's worth it. Just ask him. Like what? Right now? You want, give him a call? Is this Jim's dad? How are you enjoying not smoking? And he'll say he misses it. He wants it. Secretly inside, he's still going, give me a damn cigarette. King 555, episode 179. I paint so fast, it bursts into flames. King, I'm glad you're pacing yourself today. You're not just, blasting a whole bunch out there right away. I'm glad I'm kind of imagining King is like secretly like in his study, and he's like, "Oh, this is a good one. I'm gonna save this one for November. Oh yeah, here we're gonna write some more here." He coming up with all sorts of show names. It's good, man. It's good. I like it. No, I dig it. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Aaron Seach, greetings, Monkey God and fellow monkeys. Monkey God. Isn't there a monkey god? Like in, I think, like Hindu or Buddhist beliefs. Isn't there a monkey god of some sort? Anyway. Ramvi, I'm addicted to snus. What? Snus? The hell snuff? Or snuff? Maybe snuff? I didn't. Yeah, I know. I know they still sell snuff, like, because they got like chew and then there's snuff. But I've never known anybody who's done snuff. Is that what it's still called? Snuff? Is that what you're talking about, Ramvi? Snuff? I don't know what's going on here. Steve McDemon, good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on where you are. Good afternoon. To grunt work. Yeah, it took me a long time to get off the smokes and drinking, too, after I quitted smoking regular. What I did is I didn't drink at all for a month, and so I stayed off the smokes, too. Yeah, exactly. And see, I know. After the break, tobacco just tastes so bad that I could not inhale 2 times and had to put it out after that. After a while, I managed to get rid of smoking, even while getting drunk. Yeah. I'm with you on it, in theory. In theory. I mean, lately I haven't been on the beer, because the beer is, love the beers, but I've dropped my beer consumption like way down. Since Thanksgiving, way down. But I've been loading up on Jameson, so, cheers to Jameson. Tolo, episode 179, kidnapping monkeys on Discord to play with them. Yeah, that sounds really bad. that sounds awful. Oliver Pedersen, Kris, you spelled my name wrong. Do Vallejo service primer gray need to dry for 24 hours? Yeah, sometimes it feels like those primers should take a little bit longer. No, I find like an hour and a half, 2 hours is plenty of time. I don't think you need 24 hours. If your primer needs that long, if it feels like your primer needs that long, you might need to really, really shake it up. You throw some agitators into the bottles, and shake those up for a long time. Just give them really, really good shakes. Make sure that they're thoroughly, thoroughly mixed. And if you're using the black, oh no, you said you're priming in gray. Yeah, the gray is my favorite, and it sprays on like no problem. I usually give it about 20 minutes to half an hour. If I've over primed, then it can feel like, when something's like damp, it feels cold. I can feel that on the miniature. It'll feel almost cold, and so like it gives me the impression that it's still damp. And so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a little bit longer. That's if I've over primed, which I'm not usually doing. If I'm in a hurry and I'm doing a bunch of them, yeah, sometimes the tendency is I could end up over priming a point. But a lot of times, if I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, that's because I'm doing game models. I'm not doing, good models, So, yeah, there is that, right? But 24 hours, no, I wouldn't think so. If you do need to do 24 hours, yeah, there might be something wrong with the bottle. Either the bottle is messed, or it really, 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 really needs to be shaken up really, really good. But yeah, that's a little too long to think, I think. Although the black feels like that you could leave it for 24 hours before it finally sets. I don't know why that is, but yeah. The Grunt Orc, if you keep at it, you will beat the habit. I hope you'll get rid of the smokes. I want to get rid of the smokes. I do. And since I have been off again, I'm feeling myself much, much better. I'm feeling way more active. I don't feel myself wheezing, and also I'm a really bad snorer, and the smoking made my snoring really, really bad. And because I'm not smoking, my snoring has been, way less. It's been a lot better, and so, yeah. So there is that. George Hins, hi late. Hi late. Ramvi, yay, red color saber. Congo, Kris is a Sith Lord. Sure. Ghost of Starman Deluxe, join the dark side of the Force. We have paint lube. We have brush lube. That's what we've got. We got the brush lube. Where's the brush lube? It's Badger's brush lube. It's really good, actually. It's like really fine. You just, slick up your needle. You're good to go. You should do that every cleaning session. You should re-lube your needles. Every cleaning session. Yorminger. I thought I was the only Yormand. Yormangan? I don't know. The Grunt Orc. Red Saber side is the side with the cookies. That's exactly it. That's exactly why. And I love Cookie Monster. I love Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster was my favorite Sesame Street character growing up. Cookie. Because I love cookies. I mean, you can't tell from this shapely form of mine, but I love the cookies. Anthony B, I'm back. Shotgun Beers. I was on vacation last week. Got to see Boston, Salem area. Very cool. I don't know. Like, I have family who's from Boston. I don't know if I could stay there too long. The accent is just, I love the movie The Departed, but man, listen to Matt Damon do that crappy Boston accent. Oh my god. And if there's any Boston viewers here, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everybody from Boston just tuned out now. They're just like, oh, screw this guy. Click. I was going to do the accent, but no. Anyway. Matt Ligori, red one is my favorite colors. He says, sitting in front of a countless red miniatures. Yeah, all my red miniatures. Do you like the Vanna White? For anybody who remembers who Vanna White is. Some of you guys are probably going, who the hell's Vanna White? Is she still on TV? I don't even know. I don't really watch TV, so I don't know. I used to. Aaron Seat, Switzerland, the nice Germans. I don't know if the Swiss would appreciate that one, but okay, we'll go with it. It's like Austria. Like, you don't call them sort of Germans. I think they would be insulted by that. The Callisto. Kris, I'm painting a Death Company army. What would you use to edge highlight black armor? Excuse me. Also, is there a way I can show you my models? Would love critics. Yes, send Kris, the Callisto, sorry. Send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. An email. Send me an email. Send the pictures as attachments. Don't send me links to Imager or PhotoBucket or Flickr or anything like that. Send them as attachments in the email. And yeah. And try and take, reasonably good photographs. If you're not too sure, there's lots of tutorials. I know there's a couple videos in Mini Wargaming for doing, pictures of miniatures and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's got to be professional quality, but, just enough so it's clear and there's a good amount of light. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Do it by the window and just with your cell phone, whatever, if that's all you got, right? You can do it. You can do it. But anyway, yeah, Kris@miniwargaming.com. KRIS. It's in the description below. Really off the top of the head, Death Company, edge highlighting the black armor. I'm a huge fan of using turquoise to highlight black. Now, it's a blue-green. It's not quite a blue. It's not quite green, right? It's right in the middle. It's a really, really great way of highlighting black, giving you that almost blue-black quality. I don't like using gray a lot of times, unless, of course, I want it to be gray. But otherwise, with the turquoise, and there's an easy system that is within Citadel's colors to do a good highlighting a black system, which is you start off with Abaddon Black, and then you can jump to Incubi Darkness, Stegodon Scale Green, and then just a very slight highlight of Dark Reaper, or even jumping to like Sotek Green. But that's really really bright. Dark Reaper is kind of like at the corner. Yeah, if you're using Dark Reaper, it's just like at the corner, just a very tiny amount. So really, predominantly, it's a lot of Incubi Darkness. When you're highlighting black armor on Space Marines, keep your highlights very, very small and minimal along edges. Don't highlight the entire surfaces, unless you're going for more of a shinier, dramatic kind of effect. Although, if you're asking me about highlighting black, I'm going to assume that you're relatively new to this hobby. or at least new to this aspect of the hobby, which is fine. It's not a problem. I mean, and it's great that you're asking this question. I mean, feel free to ask whatever questions. And so I would keep the highlights very, very minimal. Very in line with the style which GW often shows in the painting tutorials. They often just edge highlight everything. They often don't show zenithal or any kind of gradients along the armor or anything like that, unless of course they're dry brushing. But again, it's fairly rudimentary. A lot of stuff. They don't get into like glazing or anything like that, which is fine because a lot of times that requires a certain degree of finesse. Versus edge highlighting. If you can just coat the model in black, and even if you use a black spray on the models, still use Abaddon black to base coat the models because it's going to give you a much smoother finish. The primer is only there to provide a surface for your model's paint to sit on. It's not meant to actually be a color. A lot of people tend to use it as such, even with colored primers and things like that. I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer white or even light gray. I like light gray because I can see the details better versus light or white primer, which tends to just kind of like, it's just too bright, especially because like I often work with my lights like right here close to my face while I'm painting. And black, sometimes I'm like struggling to see the details, especially because I'm getting old now, and so I'm like, oh, is that a belt? No, but you know what I mean. So I often like to start that way. Abaddon black, Inky by darkness, Stegadon scale green, just like a slight edge highlight. Like okay, say for example, we're talking about the knee pad, right? Knee pad typically is like this circular type of thing. And we'll do the entire perimeter, very, very thin line around the knee pad in Inky by darkness. Then just the top part in Stegadon scale green, and then just a tiny little dot of Dark Reaper at the top of the knee. And that's all I'm talking about. Like that. And it's very, very, and as long as you can keep your lines very, very thin, as long as you have a nice sharp detail brush to achieve that, you'll be fine. So hopefully, the Callisto, that answers your question. And of course, send me an email. Please send me an email. What time are we at here? Holy crap, we're already at 12:40. 12:42 technically, but anyway. But let's quickly get through some of these comments here. Cocking 555, episode 179. My air tank just blew up. Oh, jeez. Clayton Tate, episode 179. The little girl inside of all of us giggles. Ramvi, oh please, let's talk Fight Club. Let's talk about Fight Club. Bring on Chili Willy. Damien Hibbert, hey monkeys, hey Damien. Harry Mella, hey, has Kris taken too much coffee? Have I taken too much coffee? Have I imbibed too much coffee? Is that what you're saying? G squared, hey monkeys, what did I miss? You didn't miss too much, just talking crazy crap. Lord Krabby, gonna go smoke a cigar later. Smoke a gar, jeez. Ishab, Kris, stop with the good evil habits. You're making me want to go to the good Cohiba and nice port. Cohiba. I've only had a Cohiba once, and it was a Presidente. Holy man, it took me like, I don't know, I smoked it for like, I think 40 minutes, and I was only like halfway. Yeah, it was a huge one. And I hate to admit, sometimes I inhale a little bit, just a little bit off the back end of taking a draw. I inhale just that back end of it, and then, yeah. You're just so sickly green with happiness. You're so calm and green. Anthony B, the whiskey and cigars made me think of Patty and Selma from Simpsons. And rum, Lord Krabby. Clayton Tate, some of my coworkers are raising their daughters who have smartphones, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. at the age of 13, and guys can reach them anytime, anywhere. It's terrifying. It is freaking terrifying. I agree. That's terrifying. Because I know at that age what boys were like, because I was a boy long time ago. And if that kind of crap was around, yeah, I'm not saying I'd be up on charges or anything like that, but maybe, I don't know. No. Yeah, maybe. Anyway. Jim White, Kris gives good dad advice. Does that mean he is a good dad? I don't know. Alex, am I a good dad? Yeah. Okay, Alex says yeah. As he said in a quivering voice, yeah. No. As he said, all chained up in the corner. It's just me and Alex today in the office. Because after the show today, Alex is going to jump on. He's probably going to play a little PUBG. So everybody in Discord, I know like Grim and Armor Freak, and I know a couple of other guys like to play some PUBG. Of course, if anybody else is, wants to join us on Discord later on, just click on the link. It's in the description below. Join me on Discord, and we have a channel for games, so we pop into that voice channel and we talk and have some laughs. Where else am I? Sorry, I'm just trying to go to the ones that say Kris on them. Graham Teschler, Kris, think about all the money you spend on smokes and how big a 40k army you could have. Yes, I know. I could have. I mean, there was a point where I had way more models than this. I had like other armies and stuff on the go, but I just never played them, and I was like, and I got rid of myself because I always ever just play my Eldar. And so I just decided to concentrate on just my Eldar and build it up to a big, huge, massive size, because then I could, I could afford like all my super heavies and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff, right? And I've been playing since Rogue Trader, and I've played a lot of the armies and such, and so not to say that I've had my fill, or camera's going everywhere now. Shouldn't have messed with it. But, I like my Eldar. I always end up coming back to Eldar. And there's nothing that, like, I've always said I want to start Space Marines, and Alex was just talking to me today about that. I said, like, Dad, why don't you just play Space Marines? And, like, I for the last 5 years, I've been saying, like, I'm going to start Space Marines. I have, like, all my Stern Guard and stuff. Like, I've got, like, a whole bunch of models over here ready to go. Start a Stern Guard army. And, yeah, I still haven't. I don't know why. I just still haven't. I don't know. Stage fright, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Where am I? Congo the Jormungand? Anyway, episode 179. Oh shit, I knocked my Eldar off the shelf with my lightsaber. Yeah, I know, that's first world problems, right? Knocked all my 40k stuff off the shelf with my lightsaber. You guys, I mean, if I had done that, I mean, you guys could ridicule me all you want, because I'd be the dumbest guy on the planet. First world problems for sure. Where am I? Congo the Jormungand. Citadel miniature holder can hold your mini, but can also be a doorknob or butt plug, depending on how brave you are. Yes, you can. Actually, I have one. I just did a review. So everybody, all you Vault members, Monday you guys get the video. See, look how small it is in my hands. It's pretty tiny. But I mean, this is only $10, so spoiler, I think for $10, it's not bad. Anyway, oh, listen how plasticky that is. Anyway, I think what I would have really liked is that there's more weight in the handle, and you can hold it like this comfortably, right? Like how I hold, like how my model holders are, how you can hold it like that, right? You can hold it in your hand like such. Has a nice little divot in here, so like your knuckle or whatever, you know what I mean? You can hold it comfortably. For those of you who hold your models like this. Otherwise, it's pistol grip, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a big fan of that. It's not very comfortable for me. Yeah. It's about almost 10 minutes. I do a review of this thing. I'll talk about some of the points, some of the good and bad. But spoiler alert, overall, I mean this is $10 Canadian, so this is less than that in the States. It's not bad. Right? Can't complain. So, yeah. Spoiler. Steve McDemon, I prefer Snoo Snoo. I had Snoo Snoo. The spirit is willing, but the pelvis is soft and spongy. Anthony B. Kris. Yeah, I felt out of place because I don't have an accent at all. Yeah. What are you, a knock? A knock? Anyway. Yeah, everybody from Boston just tuned out. There's, you know what? Screw this guy. Danish artist Kris, I found some pink metallic paint from Scale 75, but man, it's expensive to order directly from them, ordering from another online store. Sadly, didn't find out about that before I had already made the order, but thanks for the tip. Yeah, there's two colors from Scale 75 that are a reddish, a rose and a tourmaline. Tourmaline? Yeah, tourmaline. I've used the tourmaline rather than the rose. So here they are. Let's see here. Can we get a better view of that? Kind of see the color. So the top one is the rose. The bottom one is the tourmaline. I like the tourmaline. I've used that on like my Wraith Knights and stuff like that for the metallic red effects, just edge highlighting. Yeah, I use that. So yeah, these the two colors. The rose, I think, or ruby. Sorry, not rose. It's ruby. Ruby alchemy and tourmaline alchemy. Why was I saying rose? Because I guess it's kind of a rose color. But anyway, yeah, ruby. Sorry, ruby. It's called ruby alchemy. And I'm pretty sure the ruby is in the copper set, and the tourmaline is in the, I think it's in the gold set. So, yeah. Sorry. So, yeah. Sorry, playing with my paints here. Yeah, so, but I like them. They work out great, and I love the coverage. And they're a really great way to actually kind of smooth out some metallic red effects. You know, just kind of slowly bend out to highlight and stuff like that. Really fantastic. Yeah, I think we need to do an email. Holy crap, it's almost 1. Sandra, Kris, the one thing I saw online that is good is the top screws off and attaches to most camera stands, so you could put a handle stand to a paint photo thing. About the handle, yeah. Damn it. Spoiler alert, it is not the right threads. Okay? So yes, you can take this handle apart, right? It screws off, you know. But the threads, the thread count is different than photography camera plates and stuff like that. In the video I show using this camera plate, and I mean I can't show you right now. I think it has something to do with maybe metric and imperial, because this might have been a metric thread count, and this was made using imperial thread. But it is not the same, because when I try and put this on, it does not fit. It only goes part of the way and then stops, and that's indicative of improper threading, or the thread distances are too far. So yeah, and I'm not going to force it because I don't want to destroy either threads. So yeah, but otherwise, no, it doesn't work. At least trying it on that tripod head. I did not try it on the other one, but tripod threads, they're all the same, because all cameras have to be the same threading, so that all these products are cross capable, right, or compatible. And so yeah, this did not fit on that. So be mindful of that, people. Damien Herbert, I'm gonna put some grip tape on mine. Sure. Beer and Blood Bowl. There he is, Gamir Ofer. Hey guys, just thought I'd pop in and say hi between games. Just having a break for food between games. Gamir Ofer, of course, is Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. He's the kind fella who was kind enough to donate some of his time to do up our email jingles, which we'll probably jump to in just a moment. Zandrate, oh my god, the internet lies. Time to go become Amish. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's mine. I don't know, but I tried with that one, and I'm going to assume it's going to be the same if I do it to another tripod head, that it's going to be the improper threads. I mean, it goes part of the way, like maybe partially of one revolution, and then it stops, which is indicative of improper threading. Like it's not the proper threads, which is very common, because yeah, like, not all threads are made the same. something I learned in machining. Long time ago when I've worked with metals. Knew the secret of metal. Henry Mella. I'm thinking about buying that grip and making a new handle from it for some heavy wood like oak. You know what? Yeah, if you do that, sure. Send me a pic. Because all you need, right, to mount it to whatever you want is that thread. Is that bolt and thread. That's all you need. And you know what? Yeah, it is really funny because I mean, like, you would assume that is the same threading as this one, but you know what it is? The threads are deeper on the photography side of things, but in the same distance, in the same distance that these two are sticking out, I can see 3 threads here versus 2 here, which is a different thread count. I can't remember what that's called. I don't think it's called thread count. It's how far the threading is spaced. Any of you machinists out there can tell me. I can't remember what that's called. The spacing between the threads. But anyway, yeah, it is different than photography. Which, I mean, only makes sense. I mean, you know, all screws are not made the same, right? You look at machine screws and wood screws. Completely different, right? Even the same diameter. Completely different threads. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Kris, email time. You know what? Ghost of Starman Deluxe, you're absolutely correct. It's email time. So, wrong mouse. For those of you guys who have sensitive ears, or are listening with loudspeakers, or have your headphones on, you might want to turn them down, because here it comes. email time. Email time. It's still one of my favorite ones. So this one is Drukari Ferrari. I like saying that name. Drukari Ferrari. Oh, you know what? I think we've shown this one. Damn it. Did I show this one already? I think we did. And of course, I forgot to mention too, the email jingle. That is, of course, Guymere Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. Always a big thank you to that guy. Donating time. Yeah, I think we did this one, right? Because I talked about enjoying this guy's helmet and the armor and the skin on the back. Why did I think we didn't do this one? Don't know. Okay, this one is from Doc Eon. So you wondered about the scale of Reaper Giants. I cannot side scroll this. Anyway, I've taken a couple of photos with human figures next to them for reference. While I'm at it, I will show off my new display cabinets and some of the stuff in them. Finally, some work in progress of another Big Bones figure. This with my hand for the size reference. Yours, Doc Eon. He's mine. Anyway. Whoops, wrong. Oh, you slimy dogs. Oh, why would you do that to me, you dumb thing. Anyway, okay, so, sorry. It's not Doc Eon, it's me. The email photo thingy. Anyway, here's the picture. Looks like some trolls or giants with another little figure here. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's pretty darn big. I like the skin on them. Yeah, we've seen these. I think we talked about these 2 weeks ago. We've seen these models. Yeah, they are really big. Now, those bases, they're not pewter or anything. Like, these models, no, these got to be bones, right? These are Reaper bones. Because these guys, yeah, these guys are freaking huge. They look bigger than GW ogres. Oh, wow, that's a nice display cabinet. Very nice. Like the lights on top. Everything like that. Very pretty. You know what? I should get some of this kind of stuff in my office. Just to display my crap. Because right now, everything kind of sits on my shelves, gets dusty and everything like that. You know what? Maybe I'll have to talk to the boys about getting some shelves for poor old Kris. Because, you know what? I don't have any shelves in my office that, showcase. Like showcase shelves. Very nice. Like the little bathing girls. Very cool. The Yetis in the back. Very nice. Witch in her cauldron. It's very cool. Oh, look at the monsters. Oh, this guy got flattened on the base. I gotta zoom in on that. Guy's just kershmushed. That's funny. Oh wow, look at these guys. I like the flames on these guys. That's a really nice contrast you got going on with these guys. That's very, very nice. I like that. I like even got a little bit of a glow going on this one here. Very, very nice. I like the contrast. They got that whole stone golem kind of thing going on. Very, very cool. That is very cool. Holy crap, more Yetis. And some winged people in the background. Hey, is that Santa Claus back there? That's another Santa Claus. Do you collect Santa Clauses? Really like the coloring on these guys. Skin and everything. Looks really good. Oh, this guy's cool. Wow, you got all sorts of stuff, eh? Jeez. And these are all like Reaper models? Man. Now, Doc, do you like just collect models, or is this like for like a D&D gaming group that you got going on, and you need all these kind of crazy things? I'm suspecting it's kind of both. I'm thinking, but you probably got a big D&D group, right? But the paint jobs on all your models is just fantastic, man. Love this guy. This guy really, and I love this blue snake. And this one here, I can't remember what this patterning is called. Can't think of it. If somebody knows what that patterning is called, let me know. Oh, I've seen this model before. I think Matt bought one recently for his collection because he wanted a whole bunch of scary stuff. Yeah, I think Matt has one of these in the Mini Wargamer collection. It's very cool. Yeah, this one's big. That's a big piece. Yeah, same guy right there. Big scary worm. Wow, look at all your models, man. Jeez Louise. Very, very impressive, man. Doc, are you here today, Doc? No, I don't think Doc's here today. Very impressive work. Really nice. Now, how long... here's another question for you, Doc. How long has it taken you to build up this collection? Like, when did you start painting these models? And then start painting these models to the point where you were happy, displaying them for everybody. Like, really kind of taking pride in your work. And, like, when did this whole kind of project kind of come about? Oh, look at the big fly guys in the back. This big spider. Oh, these spiders. Yeah, I think Matt acquired some of these spiders for that. This is not a test. He's got Cthulhu on his desk. He's got Cthulhu on his desk. That's what he's working on. Yeah, I know Cthulhu's big. I was thinking about picking up a Cthulhu because I had an idea for a diorama I wanted to do with this model. Yeah. Damn. Really nice. Are you doing him entirely by hand? I don't know if you have an airbrush or what, but... Impressive collection, Doc. Impressive collection. Very, very awesome. Thank you for showing that, Doc. Awesome work. Very cool. It immediately makes me want to go out and pick up some shelves for my office. Yeah. Nick Dumont, you sent me an email, but I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know. Anyway. Where am I? In the comments. I don't know. Oh, Jim White. Pitch. Dark Commission. It's called Pitch. Is it called Pitch? Does that sound right? The Pitch? The Pitch of the Threads? I think that might be right. Sorry, I'm trying to recall some 30-year-old data in my brains, and the archiving system isn't what it used to be. Yeah, I think that's what it is. The Pitch, yeah. It's called TPI. Threads per inch. Threads per inch. TPI. Yeah. That sounds more familiar. TPI. Anyway, yeah, I think that's what it is. It's a different. It's because I'm on here on the handle. I'm counting 3, and on the photography stuff, I'm only counting 2. So that's why, because it's just a different spacing on those threads. Anyway, Mad Cow Crazy. The hell isn't the show supposed to start now? How late am I? I started at noon. Did you not switch your clocks back? Oh, well, we switched our clocks back, so that's why it's a different time. Everybody in North America, we follow the, well, not everybody. There's a few states, I think, that don't do the daylight savings. Anyway, yeah, so Steve McDemon, Kris, I had tried Alclad 2 airframe aluminum for the first time, but as soon as it dries, it looks like it's frosted over. I spray at 13 psi over Alclad's own gloss primer. I'm totally lost. Now, from what I understand, the Alclad and the Spastics, if you have like a microfiber cloth, you can buff that surface and take that frosting off. Because like I like this Spastics mirror chrome, which this has been compared to the Alclad. The Alclad being a bit better, bit clearer, but this is more durable. And this. I find that, yeah, I spray it on, and I have to give it wait for it to dry, and then give it a buffing. Wait for it to dry. And what I find that is that this apparently buffs better than Alclad. The Alclad, you have to buff it as well. But yeah, now the frosting, yeah, it seems to be a fairly common occurrence when you're airbrushing with this. It's just a natural part of the process. This stuff, though, it works both ways when viewing it. So like I've sprayed this on a surface that was clear, and it was chromed that way through the plastic, and it was chromed this way through the plastic. So, and this stuff, I think for our modeling needs, I like this stuff better. And it's cheaper. And it gives you a really good chrome. And, you know, I mean, because I was playing with this Molotov liquid chrome, and this stuff gives you the best chrome. If you want the best chrome, this is it. Problems is that this stuff is very finicky, and you have to lay a lot down when you put it on. And I'm finding that you have to let this dry for 24 hours. You have to, don't touch it. Do not touch it. Do not look at it. Don't talk to it. Don't do anything. Just leave it for 24 hours, and then it's like solid. But this stuff is really good. You have to lay it on counterintuitively, heavily onto a model surface because reasons. But yeah. Whereas the Spastics, you can leave it alone for like, it's dry almost immediately, but leave it alone for like half an hour, come back to it, and you can start messing with it, and it works really, really well. I'm actually more of a fan of the Spastics than I am the Molotov, only for our modeling needs. For effect, the Molotov edges out. I have not tried the Alclad, but I've seen videos on it, and the Alclad and the Spastics are fairly comparable because they're both enamel based. But the Molotov was never meant to go through an airbrush. It's not designed that way. It's meant for markers. That's what it's designed for. So yeah. Where am I? Yeah. everybody's reminding Mad Cow about the daylight savings thing. Bikusu, supposedly the Giants have been rescaled to even bigger now. Cool. G squared IKEA glass shelves? Yeah, the IKEA glass shelves, yeah. Steve McDemon, try buffing next time. Yeah. Yeah, Mad Cow Crazy. I believe Kris showed the results of buffing in the Chrome videos. Yes, I did. A lot of metal airbrush colors frost over when dried, but buffing them gives an incredible finish that is ruined when you protect it with varnish. Now, again, I mean, the Spastic seems really durable. And the liquid chrome, once it's fully cured, you don't have to buff it. So there's no buffing there. But yeah, putting a clear coat on them. I've been using Future Floor Shine. I leave it for a couple hours and it's solid. It works just fine. Future Floor Shine is still, in my opinion, one of the best. I mean, look at this is going down too because I've been using a lot of this lately, and this stuff, $6 at any big box store, and you know what I mean. You're good. Like I've been using this for years. I did all my Eldar flyers, all this stuff in this stuff, and I mean I've only used that much, and I still have another bottle back here, so you know. But that's my favorite stuff to clear coat anything, and then I always clear coat. And then if I want something matte, then I apply matte afterwards. But I always gloss first and then matte. For anybody who's wondering. Raziel Wargamer. They're Detolf cases. Not sure if the correct spelling. Episode 179. Buff me, baby, one more time. Oh, man. Mike, how crazy. Kris, have you found any way to protect the chrome? How sensitive is it? Light touch and it goes away? No. Apparently that all-clad, apparently you can ruin its surface by buffing it just a little too hard. Definitely like a microfiber cloth, you know what I mean? Like what we use for like eyeglasses and stuff like that. You know, you just go to any big box store and just get, you know, head to the eye department or wherever they have sunglasses and stuff like that, and just get yourself the microfiber cloths. Use one of those because that's going to give you the finest grade. Anything else, make sure it's free of debris too, because otherwise, if there's a piece of grit in it or whatever, and you rub that along that surface, that's going to scratch that surface and it will tear up the surface. I found that spastic chrome, it works really, really well. I have not tried all clad, so I can't speak to that. And with the Molotov chrome, you have to thoroughly let that dry. Let it dry for 24 hours, and then you can start playing with it. And it's solid. It's solid. I don't even know if it needs a clear coat, honestly. When I showed recently laying ghost tints, when I did the Stormcast Eternal, I did the Stormcast Eternal in the chrome, Molotov chrome, and then I laid the ghost tints on top. I didn't even seal it. I laid the color right down on top of it, and it sat just fine. Didn't rub off, scratch, or anything like that. It was solid. And then I sealed it before I did the oil painting on it. So bear that in mind. And I sealed it in ghost tint, or not ghost tint, geez Louise, in Future Floor Shine, and it didn't kill any of the chrome or anything like that. So Future Floor Shine, in my opinion, and anytime you want to preserve a lustrous metallic shine, always use clear coat, or clear gloss coat, I should say, a gloss coat. Use that to preserve the metallic luster. You know, don't go to matte, because matte will kill the metallic shine, unless of course you want to have more like a burnished metal kind of look. Like if you want just a bit more of a matte, muted kind of a metallic effect, like you still want it shiny, but you don't want it to be highly reflective, then yeah. But the Molotov chrome, yeah, it's very reflective. I mean, you guys have seen like how reflective it is. I mean, I don't have a good example here. You know what? Ooh, I have another Eldar vehicle to put together, another Harlequin vehicle. Maybe I should do that in chrome. Maybe. 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 Mad Cow Crazy. Kris, if I PayPal you some money, can you send me 2 bottles of Future Floor polish? We don't have that here, just other random brands. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just Pledge now. Because this was back when, because Future was the brand. Future was what everybody was using. Then Pledge bought Future, and now Future is part of Pledge's recipe in here. And so a lot of bottles will just say Pledge on them, but they do have this Future Floor Shine in them. Because this is an old bottle. What's the printing date on this? I bought this years ago. I'm trying to see if I have a printing date when this was created. Johnson & Johnson, Canada. Crap. Come on, they usually have like a damn date on these things when they print them, when they produce it. And it looks murky yellow, but it's still good. But it does have a yellowish tinge to it, but it's good. It's probably the oxygen. Whenever I open the bottle up, because I always unscrew it, right? I don't see anything here with a date. And I was looking at the bottle here. Any of the printing labels on the bottle. Maybe the barcode would tell me, but I don't know. I don't see anything. So either way, wait, maybe in the bottom here. 03? Shit, is that when I bought this? 03? No. When did I Okay, you know what? Here's how we can figure it out. Yeah, here's how we can figure it out. If you go into my blog, and when I started doing my flyers, that's when you can pretty much figure out when I bought the future. Bought the future. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway. If anybody... Oh, Mad Cow Crazy. If anybody in the EU place knows to buy Spastics, please tell me. Yeah, because Spastics is American, and even I had trouble getting it, finding it in Canada. And I think there's only one place in Canada that sells it. Otherwise, yeah, America, it's all over the place. But, yeah, it's not easy. Raziel Wargamer, how long have you had that pledge bottle? Yeah, no, that's what I was just trying to figure out. I think, like I said, if you go into my blog, Riders of the Cosmic Server, you go to my blog and look back when I was working on my flyers, that'll tell you when I started, that's when I picked up the bottle, because that's when I started using it. So I'm pretty sure that's when I started using it, because I wanted a good gloss option, because I was using Vallejo gloss and it just wasn't cutting it, and I was using up like an entire bottle to try and get one good layer down on my models. And so I need a better option. I need a cheaper, better option. And that's when I came upon the Future Floor Shine option. So, yeah. Mad Cow Crazy, Pledge Future Floor Care seems to be the closest to what you have. It's 18 with 35 postage. Yeah, see, like, dude, you don't want to send me money to ship you something from Canada, because Canada postage is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And shipping to the European Union, it'd be even more ridiculous. So, I mean, you're better off going like Amazon or something like that. Look on Amazon or eBay. You're going to have to go eBay or Amazon for this deal. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to, take care of it for you, because the shipping is going to be stupid. Shipping out of Canada is dumb. You're better off going for an American dealer, because shipping out of the States, a lot more reasonable. Trayanis 22-7. Kris double S. How would you make Imperial Fist back trim look shiny? Back trim? Want to create a metallic look for the Legionnaires. The back trim look shiny. Well, I mean, the back trim. I'm trying to think, what the hell's the back trim? The Imperial Fist black, or is he saying, yeah, the black trim looks shiny. Want to create a metallic look for my Legionnaires. Well, I mean, there's a few ways. I mean, you can either just simply highlight it like normal, and then throw a gloss coat on top of it, and then give it the actual physical quality of being shiny. Of course, you could always paint it to look shiny, which you would basically follow a lot of non-metallic metal type effects for that. So basically you would end up, depending on how you want to imagine the light sourcing, say for the shoulder pad, you go brighter down towards the bottom of the trim, staying darker on top, but then you would have a small highlighting going on at the very peak, at the apex of the curvature. And so it would be slow gradient upwards, bright edges, and that would give you kind of a non-metallic metal look on it would give them the appearance of it being kind of shinier and stuff. Yeah. Black trim, yeah, the black trim of the shoulder pads, yeah. So yeah, you could either highlight it like you normally would, and then throw a gloss coat on it, and that would make it shiny. It physically would be shiny, because you could seal the model and then put a gloss coat on those shoulder pad trims, or you could paint them to look shiny. In which case, like I said, you'd follow basically a non-metallic light sourcing on the surface. And the real easy trick to that is, just like how we do paint gems and such, the color gets brighter to the bottom and gets darker towards the top. Now, typically that works for face value type of stuff, right? Now, when properly following non-metallic metal, how light sourcing works on shinier surfaces. It does change up on curvatures and stuff like that, but for the most part, just getting used to the idea of working with it, that basic principle will work. Just basically, it's darker at the top and gets brighter towards the bottom. Now, for example, the cross part of the trim along that side, right? You can do the same thing, or you can go, it gets brighter here, but then transitions to get darker this way, and then gets bright again, and then gets darker again, kind of thing, so that you kind of have these different facets. And it's okay if a bright edge finishes off and then starts off dark again, kind of thing. That can also work as well, because it also gives the impression of a ledge or a bevel or anything like that, and so that's fine as well. But like when you do the curvature and you get darker up here, you could have a spot highlight up here, kind of like how we do gems. Basically, it'd be like one like little dot of white up here on the very peak, you know. And if you wanted to transition out just slightly with color, you could also do that too. And then that way you have like a slight transition, then it transitions back into dark, and then it transitions back into bright, heading back down. Now, we're not talking about a huge transition, but it's however you imagine how much color blending you want to do. But again, that's entirely up to you. So, yeah. Or you can, but you said you wanted to create a metallic look. Well, you could also, if you wanted a proper metallic, you could also trim the black, like do the trim in black, take lead belcher or whatever dark metallic you do have, mix it with your black, typically it's Abaddon black, and you mix those 1-to-1. Usually you can start off with 1-to-1. So one little dollop of black, one little dollop, equal size of metallic. Mix them together, make a nice dark metallic. If it's not dark enough for you, you can add a little bit more black and get a little bit darker, and then do a base coat like that. And then just do a light little edging, just add a little bit more silver to it, bring it up just a little bit, and then do a light little edging, like just a light edge highlight on the shoulder pad, and that'll give you a nice dark metallic trim as well. Any of those I think will work. I'm not entirely sure exactly 100% on what kind of look you're looking for, but hopefully that kind of helps. Hopefully that kind of gets your brain going, and you know what I mean, and say, oh, okay, I think I know how I can tackle this now. And so hopefully that was helpful. Who asked that? Trayanus? Yeah, Trayanus. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. If Kris bought the future, we know we are in safe hands. If I had enough money to buy the future, my God, man. I've always said if I had 20 clone sons, oh yeah, if I had 20 clone sons, we'd be all in good hands. Except unless half of them rebelled against me. Xandri, the pledge lasts forever. My wash mix is still an old future bottle. The new bottle is just pledge. Yeah, the new bottle is just pledge, yeah. Because pledge bought future. Bleep bloop. Evening all. Time in UK here. Made a show live for once. Well, welcome, bleep bloop. Bleep bloop. Xandri, check Amazon co.uk. Mad Cow Crazy looks like it's available there. Pledge with future floor shine. Yes. Check Amazon, buddy. Amazon's going to be your friend. Postage on Amazon is 41 euros. Holy moly. Holy crap. Okay, well, I think what you're going to have to do, okay, here's really what I think might be the best thing for you to do, Mad Cow. I was about to give a sarcastic, smart-ass answer, but no, I'll give you the real one. Start checking on online forums for the model train guys, the model, World War II modelers, those guys in your area. So in the European Union, somewhere, because I can't remember where you are, Mad Cow, but whatever country you're in, or whatever neighboring country for that matter, and see what the alternative, because the Americans are using Future Floor Shine, what is the European equivalent to that? Because there has to be an equivalent for the European Union. So I think that would probably be your best bet, because yeah, paying $41 for shipping, that's hilarious. Because the bottle's worth $50, but you know, that's pretty high considering that when I bought it, it was $6. You know what I mean? So that seems kind of ridiculous. So yeah, so I think that's probably going to be your best bet, is start looking on those forums in your region that they're using like a cheap gloss alternative, because I'm sure you guys have a floor polish out there in the big box stores. I mean, if you have big box stores, I don't know, maybe that's a North American thing. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, check that. I think that might be your best bet, because yeah, I can't say, and you know, again, because I mean, like most of the time, you know, I'm talking about products that are readily available here in North America, and like I know in the European Union and overseas and everything like that, and Japan and China and all that, like, and Australia, like they you know, everybody's got different products and it's not the same. And if they were trying to get the American version, because I know a lot of people in this hobby, they're like, well, he's using it, but he's in America and I can't find that product here, so I got to order that product from the States. And it doesn't have to be so. You should, because there's guys all over this planet, and it's usually the model train guys and the model World War II builders, and those model builders, those old school model builders. They're the guys that all these awesome tricks and tips and stuff like that, it's from them that all these things trickle down into our department. So that's where I picked the tip up from, was model train guys. That's where I heard about Pledge, was the model train guys. So, you know, it's not like I just was experimenting one day and said, Pledge, it's a good alternative to, you know. No. I had heard, because I was looking for a cheap alternative to gloss acrylic, and they said, you know, that was the best. So, yeah. Dark Commission, episode 179. Take the pledge and put shine on your life. Mad Cow Crazy. Amazon pretty much only the U.S. and Canada in my experience. Oh, yeah. See, again, I mean, you're gonna have to find the alternative. Yeah, that's kind of hard. Bikusu. I don't know. I'm probably saying that entirely wrong. Name butcher, sorry. Swanny's The Complete Future article has a lot of international substitutes. Okay. Swanny's The Complete Future article has a lot of international substitutes. Okay, so look that up. Try that. Bixu might have an answer there for you. Chris Simon, a quick Google foo shows Clear, Klear, as a similar product to Future floor polish. Okay, there we go. That's another try. I think that might be it. Actually, that's something's telling me in the back of my brain that that's it. Clear. So it's Klear, Clear. Or unless of course your country in your native language you have like asterisks and pound sign and whatever for your. I know it's terribly insulting, but anyway. But yeah, try that. Clear. Ghost Starman Deluxe. No, Chris. Nobody varnishes their floors in Europe. Okay, well, there you go. Nobody varnishes their floors. Bunch of dirty hippies in Europe. All a bunch of dirty hippies. Bleep bloop. Started an Inquisition Xenos force based off Imperium keyword. Got the guard starter force thing. Inquisitor with converted acolyte. And the Deathwatch squad. Very cool. What do you think I should add? Ooh. I like that Deathwatch fighter plane. The transport. I love that thing. That's very cool. I'd get that. If you're going Deathwatch, yeah, get more Deathwatch and get that fighter plane. And for guard, I mean the Chimera, get them around, protect those guard if you got to get them places, right? Otherwise, Lehman Russ is really good. Lehman Russes are awesome. To be frank. I mean, you can still be you, but I'll be Frank. And Lehman Russes are awesome. Fire Prisms are really good now too, because they get the same damn rule: the move half your distance and shoot twice. Like, why not? And Fire Prisms move really fast, so it's not really a big detriment to their movement if they go less than what they can go. Zandrate, Mad Cow. You can also do a search online for Dr. Foss Magic Wash and see if anyone suggests that in the EU equivalent is I want to think there's something saying what it was. Yeah, I think clear. I think Chris Simon hit it right on the head. I think clear. Something's telling me in the back of my brain that that's the product that is the alternative to Pledge. Sandrate. Chris, didn't you get it from Tyler? I think he and I came across Dr. Faust stuff about the same time. I was looking for an alternative to gloss, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on a train forum about that. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Raziel Wargamer. Assassin. I don't know. Ghost of Simon Deluxe. Not sure Chris realized I was joking. Yes, I did realize you were joking. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Dirty hippies. Anyway, DeGrund.org. Episode 179. Terribly insulting, but there you go. I love it. DeGrund.org, you win. What do you win? Who knows? My admiration and my undying love. You'll be in my thoughts tonight. Always. He's probably scared to death now. He's like, no, please, no. That's terrifying, Chris. No, please. Oh, God, stop. No. Please. Bleep Bloop, cheers for the idea. Assassin is a cool idea. That flyer looks awesome too. Oh, an assassin. Raziel was saying an assassin. I was wondering what the hell he's talking about. An assassin. Yes. You know what? Oh, man. Like I said, yeah, get yourself an Evisor or Calidus or Calyxus. Calyxus, just to shut down anybody who's relying on Smite to deal a lot of damage for their armies, like, or in case you're encountering Brimstone armies, Zinch armies. Yeah. Get a Calyxus. That completely F's their day up. You know? So, yeah. DeGrund.org. Ooh. Raziel, email time. It is email time. Very good, Raziel. Very good. Let's do an email. Get ready. Headphones.
Email time. It's email time.
And of course, we always thank Guymere Alfer, a.k.a. Carl, a.k.a. Beer and Blood Bowl. What the heck? Oh, this is from Nick. What did not send last week? Oh, yeah, because he had a big old email and he had a bunch of pictures. So this is from what didn't send from when his last email, which was, I think, 2 shows ago, I think. And so, oh, really good flame effects here. Look at this. That's really good. That's really good because he didn't overcomplicate things. He just started off with some yellows, threw some oranges in, and gave it a light dry brush of some grays. Light grays, kept it real simple. Awesome work. Very, very convincing fiery smoke effect. That's very, very good. And you can see, like, there was nothing overly complicated. There's not, like, huge amount of color blends or anything like that going on. Like, it's not, like, that's something unachievable for anybody. Anybody and everybody can achieve that effect for smoke. On any smoke effect. Just swap the colors around, but otherwise, go for any effect. Green, red, blue, purple, magenta, whatever, right? Very good effect, man. Awesome stuff. Yeah, that's right. He had an email that had a whole bunch of pictures and like some of the stuff wasn't opening. Yeah. I remember the email now. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at the blade on here. That's interesting. Hopefully there's another picture of the blade. Nope, we're not getting that picture. Orcs in nice clean looking metal armor. Interesting. Nice and clean. Very interesting. Typically you don't see orcs in clean armor like that, but it doesn't pull me out of the feeling of them. Very cool. Nice and neat. Mold lines. Very cool. Oh, he's sad. Oh, I feel all bummed out now. He's all sad. Ooh, what are these guys? What are these guys from? Like the flames on the sword. Very cool. Flames here, nice and bright. guys are interesting. What are they from? Oh, wow. These guys almost look like they could be proxies for Croxigors or something. Very cool. I don't have no idea what these models are from, but very, very cool. I don't even know how big they are. They look almost like they should be like Lizard Man size, but maybe they're Croxigor size. I have no idea. But very, very cool. Interesting color scheme. Nice and neat paint jobs. Oh, is that it? That was it. That was it. Well then, let's jump to another email. This is from... crap. No, that's the painting dust thing. There we go. Oh, you know what? We'll quickly here. I'll show this one here because I don't know if this cat got enough exposure, and I wanted to make sure. But he was didn't want to send a thing of his email. But anyway, he did Your Desks, a photo essay. It was on. It's John Ashton. He did on his blog, and he's showing various desks and such. And so it was a very interesting thing. I just wrote it up real fast. There's a link. Wait, where's the link? No. Yeah, there's the link. Yeah. I don't know what the link is, like the URL, but anyway, look it up. John Ashton blog. Your Desks. This is the email. Oops, I'm on the wrong damn thing here. There we go. Showing email addresses here. Oops. Sorry, folks. This is from Jacob. Hi, Kris. Here are some alpha bikes that have been done CNC. Also, when are we getting Steve's response on the glory hole of communication? You're not going to get a response from Steve on the glorious hole of communication because we're not supposed to talk about the glorious hole of communication officially. Anyway, in any kind of official mini wargaming capacity, we're not supposed to talk about the glorious hole of communication. Because Matt almost flipped out one day when he found out that's what we call it. He was like, "What?" Yeah, he wasn't terribly impressed by that. So I don't know why, but yeah. So anyway, here's Jacob's Alpha Legion. Very nice, very clean. Is this a metallic blue? Is that what he's done here? Oh, I wish the resolution would kick in. Yeah, I think this is a metallic blue he did. Looks awesome. Looks like he's got a nice gloss on the armor. You know I love the gloss. Nice bases. Very cool. I like that. I like how they all feel like, you know, it's almost like little mini dioramas for them. Very, very cool. And two of these bikes in the game, apparently they're very OP. Oh yeah, look at the blue on that. Look at that banner. The banner's glossy. The banner's glossy. That's awesome. Nice and clean with a nice big... Is that a transfer? That's got to be a transfer. If that's free-handed, man, you are the free-handing master. If that's free-handed, but I think it's a transfer. But if you free-handed that's superb. But yeah, that's very, very nice. Very, very cool. Love the bikes. Love that blue. Just awesome stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. This kicks ass. Damn. Looks really good. I think for like a little bit of CNC, I'd like to see a little bit more transitions in other metallics. You know what I mean? Like you've got something really great with the blue, I think. But the areas where it works really, really well is where you have high contrast points, right? Where you have like for the rider, for example, and for like the little techno doodads in the fronts of the bikes, right? You got the darker metals playing nicely with the brighter metals, and I think that's what it's all about, right? The contrast. And so I think these big, you know, like the engine covers, I think could have a little bit more shading in, say, the recesses, just to get a little bit more contrast going. Kind of like how this guy looks over here, where you can see like there's more contrast in the engine versus these points here where they're a little bit too bright. But I know that this is probably just light and reflection, but you have to emulate that on those surfaces. Just a little bit, not much. We're just talking just a little bit of shading. But damn, that looks good. Those are awesome looking. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love them. Very, very cool. Thank you for sending those in, Jacob. Awesome work. Thank you. Yeah. Let's do another email, because let's get through our emails today. Because we can. Again, this is from Nick. Hello, Kris. Been working on this guy, and I want to take it a step up. Man. And want to take it a step up my game on him. I like where the hair is going, but I feel like I get more of a transition on the back of the coat. How do you think I should take the highlight? Any other things I should work on? Thanks, Nicholas. This was sent from his iPad. And so he wants a little bit more effort. Oop, gotta switch pics here. There we go. He wants a little more color in the hair. And I think that's just going to rely on your details. And I think just coming in with just a slightly brighter color. And, you can take it to, almost like Xandri Dust, where you have a yellowy brown color for highlights, if that's what you want to do for his hair. Like if it's a light brown, of course, you can always tone that back with, say, a little shade wash of like Agrax or sepia. Or sepia, as some people like to say, or correct me on. But yeah, again, I think like your transitions on your cloak, I think you can push the highlights a little further back. Like the black, these, like the darker gray could be like the full length, and then the slightly brighter gray is like halfway here and comes down. And then just edging of like a little brighter gray, just at the high points, I think would really bring some depth without making the cloak feel more gray than it is black. Because I imagine you want to keep it black. And we always talk about like Space Marine armor when doing black, but I mean doing a black coat, yeah, you want to keep your shadows minimal on the high points of the cloth. Keeping something predominantly black is always about minimal amounts of highlights. But as far as the hair, yeah. What did he say? How far should you take the highlight? I'm not sure what colors you're using for your highlights. But yeah. I mean, you could take it up to almost say Ushabti Bone or Screaming Skull, like the off-whites, and just the very tips of the hairs. Or, you know what I mean? Just the very tips of the hairs, at the ends of the hair. Take it to there, and then you can always push it back a bit with Agrax or Seraphim or... No, not Reiklin. I wouldn't go Nuln. No, most likely Agrax. You thin Agrax down just a little bit, and you just push it into the recesses. You give it the entire surface of the hair a tint, and you push those colors back just a little bit if you want. If it goes a little too bright, I don't know how blonde you want to take his hair, but yeah. This picture is actually pretty cool. Gives you a good sense of the cloak. Very, very cool. Thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. So yeah, black cloaks, just like how we talked about the armor. Yeah, minimal amounts of highlights. You don't have to push those highlights so far, because then the cloak begins to feel gray, and you don't really want black to feel gray. You want black to feel black. You just want to accent those high points, right? So, bleep bloop. Cheers for the ideas. Assassin's a cool idea. That flyer looks awesome too. Yeah, I'd go for the flyer. Get some flyer power in there. Jim White. I had my headphones on, therefore I'm ready for the email jingle. Razia loved the shaman. Yeah, the shaman was awesome. The flames on the shaman were really good. The coloring on the model itself was really good, but the flames were really impressive part. It's immediately where my eye went. My goal when I can get there is to help Kris get through at least 2 emails. Maybe he'll catch up before 2018. Ha 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 ha. Jim White, nice work. Yep, it was nice work. Old Man Logan, wow, nice. I've never seen those bikes before. Are they Forge World? Yes, they are Forge World. Bat 94, yeah, they are. Horse Heresy, yeah, they're all Horse Heresy. The Horse Heresy line from Forge World, awesome looking models. Have been the inspiration for a lot of the current sculpts for stuff that GW has been doing for 40K. For example, the Death Guard Terminators. They're all inspired by what the designs that Forge World started with, the Cataphracti armor and everything like that. So, yeah, a lot of stuff has been really, really cool. And Forge World also has been taking inspiration from like the Rogue Trader era type stuff, like the Land Raiders where the tracks go all the way around on the tank. There's a Land Raider that has tracks like that. Also, Land Raiders that have the sponsons where the las cannons are vertical is also a fun one. Rhinos with round access doors, just like the classic ones. Forge World, man. Forge World is a lot of fun. I don't know why a lot of games people poo-poo on Forge World models and rules and stuff like that, saying they're all OP and blah blah. Oh my god, they're so pretty, And I think and just like a nightclub, pretty should always get you in the door. Steve McDemon, horse heresy, horse, yes, horse. Horses, of course, a horse. Anybody who knows that one's really old. I'm sure George's probably going, I remember that show. And now George's going to be all pissed off. I'm not that old, you ass. Let's do another email. This one is from Zach, a.k.a. Eldari Lamborghini, a.k.a. Bat94. Oh, Bat94. Bat94, you're Eldari? Oh. Anyway, hello, Monkey Overlord. I attached a few pictures of my recently painted Jane Czar. She was also painted in Discord. She was posted in Discord. She was painted in Discord. She was painted in Discord. That sounds like some sort of artistic statement. She was painted in Discord. Like Max Payne. It sounds like a line from Max Payne for some noir film. She was painted in Discord. Oh man, it's funny how I laugh at shit that isn't even there. Anyway, but I thought it would be good to show anyone who missed it and can get some constructive feedback. I also have a Sermon model that I'm going to strip and repaint. No pictures of him yet, but he doesn't have a banner. What would you recommend for materials to make a banner? I also have a kit bashed autark that I'm working on. I'll be sure to send that as I work on it. Thanks again for the helpful information. Cheers, Zach, a.k.a. Eldari Lamborghini, a.k.a. Bat94. And so let's have a look at his Jane Czar. Ooh, looks freaking awesome. I like the colors. I like the color scheme. I like the little spots of red in there. I like that you got her pinned so she's kind of floating. Interesting choice. I like it. I think the metallics, the edging on the metallics, just to really bring out the fact that those weapons are deadly. I think you could really bring out. Oh, you even got a little bit of green going on there. Very cool. Always be mindful of how many colors you got going on. Sometimes too many colors can be too much. Unless, of course, they are darker and more subdued. Then it's kind of okay, right? Like if you got the purple, you got the blue, you got the red, you got the green. You know what I mean? Like you got a lot of colors going on, right? Versus if her hair was more of a dark with just kind of a slight blue accenting. The cord was a kind of black with a slight blue accenting. You know what I mean? Like, just making sure that you just don't go too far with colors, right? But because everything seems really subdued, I like it. It works. It's not because the bone armor feels bright, and that's what keeps it from feeling like too many colors, right? Very nice. I like this. That's a nice shot right here. Right here. It's interesting that you pinned her instead of gluing her down her foot, because that's really the metal model. That's all she's. Is she fine cast or is she metal? That's another question. Is she fine cast or is she metal? But otherwise, really great stuff. I like it. I like the gems. The color scheme, for the most part, works for me. But yeah, I think I'd like to see just a little brighter edging on the metallic, the blades. I'd like to see just a little more edging on the blades, just to bring that danger to her weapons. You know what I mean? And also, it wouldn't hurt because like just a slight edging on the weapons. I'm not talking about a full-on bright highlight. I'm just talking just the edges of those blades, just like from the tip inward. So just the tip. Just a tip, and just like halfway through the blade and like the cutting edge of the blade, I think would really kind of bring it out more. Again, because her overall is really nice and contrasting, and I like that. She's got this really bright armor with the dark points. Her hair is mostly dark, but with some bright points. And I think the weapons could also have the dark and light as well. But otherwise, yeah, really good stuff. Awesome. Oh, wait, there was other stuff you want asked as well. What would you recommend for making a banner? Well, there's a few ways you can make that banner. I mean, the easiest, here's the flat out easiest way. Get yourself a tiny little drill bit, drill a little hole into his backpack, take a piece of paper clip, straighten it, or get the straight part of the paper clip, or just straighten out a paper clip to as straight as you can possibly go. If you can scare up any kind of Eldar icon or whatever, you can put it on top of that, and then that's your flagpole. Take a piece of paper. I would spray it with gloss varnish first to seal the paper, and then paint a design, cut it out, retrim it, and then make it so that it's got like it's a square, and then it's like got two small little rectangles off to one side, so that you can attach that to the pole, and then you can have your banner. And then you just paint your design onto the banner, and then bang, you're done. And of course you can reseal it again. And then because the paper, because it'll have that extra amount of plastic to it, you can also give it a bit of a curvature, so it'll have that blowing in the wind kind of feeling. And that's it. And that's about one of the simplest ways to make a banner. The other way is a little bit more lengthy. You find yourself some plastic card. Again, you do the paper clip or brass rod, whichever, brass rod, because typically brass rod's sold in nice long lengths and you can cut it to the appropriate length. Paper clip is just kind of in a pinch, but I would prefer brass rod. Find the appropriate thickness, a gauge of brass rod, find the proper bit, drill that point, put it inside. If you can find a little Eldar icon, put it on top. Just kind of like what you used on your stand. You know how that little icon was on top of that plastic thing? Just nip that off, shape it up a little bit, and maybe embellish it or whatever, and then just put it on top of the banner pole and, be done. Or find something smaller if you want, whatever, whatever you want. Oh, the Asuran icons. They have the little things on them as well. Try one of those. Anyway, brass rod, pin, thing, plastic card. Get appropriate thickness plastic card. I think is it 0.03 or is it 0.3? 0.3 millimeters? I think it's 0.3 millimeter thickness is a good thickness. It's thin enough, but it's also thick enough that it's not going to break easily or anything like that. Again, you cut your shape out, and you can make the little tabs if you want, and you can basically just kind of like what I did was like for one, this guy. Oh, jeez. For his ribbon on his sword, and for his the banner that hangs from between his legs, those are plastic card, and I'm pretty sure this was 0.3 plastic card, and this was the entire length of the sheet. I just cut a sliver of the sheet, and then just warmed it up, and I used a hot air gun, and I had like weights. You could also use like soup cans, stuff like that, whatever, hard metallic surface that's something that can take the heat, so that you can heat it up and follow a curvature. And that's what you're looking to do, is you're looking to follow a curvature. And you just heat it up just gently, just very quickly, just give it a couple passes until you start to see some bowing in it. And then you hold it close to like a curvature, let it bow just a bit, pull it off away really quick, blow on it, cool it, shock it back into place, and then try it somewhere else and just play with it. You might want to try on a test piece, but otherwise, that's the way. And you can see like how the banner here, how it has a full-on curvature to it, and that was achieved by just giving it just a bit of heat and just slightly bending it. It'll work for smaller bits. Ooh, I just seen the top of the Dire Avengers, top of their banner poles for the Exarchs. You can borrow that little icon and throw that on top of his banner. Anyway, and yeah, you can plastic card. Attach it, right? It can be super glued into place, and you can paint your design on it, and and that way it'll be a nice hard surface, and that will be a hard, rigid surface. It won't bend. Whereas the paper one will always be a little bit flexible. The plastic one will be rigid, and it will stay exactly how you want it. So you can make it really dramatic or something like that, and it'll hold that pose for a long time. Another way is green stuff. You can take a blob of green stuff, shape it into, rough shape, flatten it out on a surface, on a non-stick surface, and then get like a piece of saran or something, put it on top, getting a rolling pin, roll it nice and flat, right? And then get that piece nice rolled and flat. If you can square it off, great. If not, you just take that piece and then let it cure, let it sit on rounded surfaces and let it cure in like that kind of curvy kind of shape like that. Let it cure. Once it's fully cured, usually like 6 to 10 hours or something like that, it finally cures. Of course, if you leave it out in daylight, UV light cures green stuff really fast. Let it cure, and then you can always come in with a nice sharp X-Acto blade, trim out the size of banner that you want, and then bang, you have your banner, and then you just prime it, paint it, and stick it to the model, and you're done, right? So, hell, with green stuff, if you make the ends where you know that you want the pole to stick, you can make that point a little bit thicker, and then just drill to the same depth as your rod, and you can just fit it on depth of your rod. Anyway. And you can just put it onto the banner pole, and then bang, you're done. You got a banner. Your banner, pole, thing. So there. I just gave you 3 ways in which you can make a banner. The easiest one being paper. The longest one is the green stuff, but the one that will take the most tools is the plastic one, because you need a hot air gun. Whereas the green stuff, you can just, saran wrap, rolling pins, right? Make it nice and flat. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully that helped Zach, a.k.a. Aldari Lamborghini, a.k.a. Bat94. So, yeah. Oh, she is metal. Bat says she is metal. Jane Czar was metal. Very, very cool. Thank you for sending that in, Zach. And yeah, keep us posted on your other efforts. It's very, very cool. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, and I'm pretty sure a couple of these, or maybe all of them, I do have in a mini Wargaming Vault on banners and creating banners. So if you're Vault member, you should be able to hunt those down in the Vault. I know it's not terribly easy finding things in the Vault, but yeah. So hopefully that helps, Zach or Bat. Zach Bat? Is it Zach Bat? Ishab 011. Mr. Ed was awesome, even though I'm slightly old. My back hurts. Well, I figured Sammy would know, and I figured, geez Louise. Oh my God, he's going to kick my ass now. George. I was trying to remember who the hell I was talking about. George. I know George knows, because George is old balls, so I know George would know. George might be the most senior monkey. I don't know. He's probably. I'm willing to bet. I mean, I don't have everybody's biographies, so, but yeah, I'm willing to bet George might be old. I don't know. Sammy claims to be old, but I think Sammy's about the same age as I am. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm young either, but. Grim. I hear the glue factories were busy that year. Mr. Ed was okay. I was talking about the horse heresy. Mr. Ed was fine. Grim. The foot snapped off. Truly a shame. Nice paint job, by the way. Bleep bloop. Looking nice, Bat. You put that rod in, Kris. You put that rod in, Kris. Put the rod in. You know what? Here's a life lesson for some of you guys, right? When we're talking about rods, putting the rod in. You don't ram it home all at once. You inch it in like a gentleman. Zandrate. Get a friend who has Drukari. The banner from the Raider kit is pretty good too. Yeah, the banner from the Raider kits. Yeah, you could even trim those up, clean them off a little bit. Because I know, I think one of them is like a tall one, but it has like a triangular bottom to it. I mean, the triangular bottom could work too. But yeah, good calls, Zandrate. Raiders, Dark Eldar Raiders. You don't even have to paint them or sculpt them or anything like that. You just trim them up and pin them into place. Good call. George, I'm 52. Okay, so George is 10 years older than me. Okay, so you probably aren't the oldest, because I think there might be somebody older. I think G squared might be the oldest. I don't know. G squared, I think he said he was like damn near 60, I think. Anyway. Tell everybody's age on here. Everybody's like, screw off, man. I'm never mind how friggin' old I am. It goes to Starman Deluxe at Kris. When the show's over, I will take pics of the Chaos Primers conversions I've been working on over the show. They aren't heavily converted, just some head swaps, but I think they're decent. Very cool. Awesome. Bat94 at Zandrate. Good idea. My brother collects. Awesome. Dark Commission 51. Ishiab. Jan, you be 51? Oh, really? I didn't think you were that old, Sammy. I thought you were a little bit younger than that. I mean, not that you're old, but shit, I put my foot in my mouth. I better stop talking. I should just. What time we at? Oh, it's only 1 minute too. We're almost done. We're almost done. Look at that. See what happens when we're having fun? Time flies. Where are we? Oh, Bat94. You may be able to guess his Discord handle. His Discord handle? His Discord. I don't know. Grim, back in my day. Yeah, my brain is still working on 19-and-a-half-year-old. Yeah, same here. I'm like 13, dude. Anytime I catch a whiff of paint in a certain, at a certain way, like when I smell like typhus corrosion, because that's the way GW paint used to smell back in the day. Yeah, I'm immediately transported back to when I was 13. It's like, sitting there, listening to my music. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world when we were 13. Young men and girls and boys. But when we were young, not a care in the world. Politics, the environment. None of these things concerned us. Of course, we didn't have technology, though. Well, I mean, we had technology, but I mean, it's not like it was a freaking Stone Age or anything. But yeah, technology's really kind of changed everything. 13 isn't the same 13 anymore. It's not the same. It's different. It's scary. It's strange and unusual. But yeah, I don't know. Weird. Zandri, we won't know who the oldest is because they are probably taking their nap right now. Problem with Way of the Brush at nap time. Ishab, thanks, Kris. I thought you. Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not talking about age anymore. Screw it. Okay, we're past 2:00. We're past the due date. I think we covered some good ground today. Good hustle. We'll see y'all in the shower. Everybody deserves, high five. Good effort. Good pat on the bum. No, like a good, like a football player, like, not like that, harassment type, workplace harassment type, boss slapping the secretary on the bum kind of thing. Unless, of course, that's the kind you want, then you earned it. Frick. Let's end it there before I put my foot in my mouth any further. If you want some help with your painting, you're just not sure where to go, you want some help on the color scheme or technique, or feel free to always ask any kind of questions, even if you're new to this hobby and you don't know what to do, or some terminologies are confusing or what have you. You're always free to ask your questions here, or of course you can always ask Kris at miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Of course, you can join me on Facebook. You can ask your questions there as well. And join us on Discord. We're always on. In fact, I'm not turning on my Discord yet because that's good. I'll jump into Discord now. I'm just gonna turn it down. I'm in Discord already, so anyway, join me on Discord. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, talking there, having some laughs. And Way the Brush Facebook page. Oh, Way of the Brush t-shirts. Of course, you can always help the cause by joining, I've just recently updated the store. I've got female sizes. I've got kid sizes. I've got big and tall. I got front and back designs. So like it's just the front design, and some that have the back design as well. Varying, and as well as a baseball one. Kind of got like white sleeves, stuff like that. So, got those as well. Of course, Patreon. Been fantastic having so many Patreon people supporting. It's been fantastic. It's helped in a huge way to make improvements to the show. Paying for a subscription, paying for new gear, like the new camera that I'm using here. I've had it for a couple months, but that was with Patreon's help. Again, it's been a huge help. It's all in the description below. Instagram, Twitter, follow me there. Instagram, I've been posting pictures of odd stuff. You're not. I mean, it gets posted on my Facebook as well. But otherwise, I've been posting a lot of stuff in Instagram. I try to post like 1 or 2 things a week. What I'm working on or anything interesting, stuff like that. Just the usual kind of crap, right? Yeah, I think that's it, right? Email, Discord, Way the Brush, T-shirts, Patreon. I think that's it, right? Did we learn something here today? I think we learned something. I feel like we learned something because my brain hurts. Or it might be because I put my foot in my mouth so many times today. But take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you guys next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. We'll say next week. If there's no show next week, I might tell you.